India's economic landscape is transforming. For 25 years, the India Calling Conference has been a vital bridge, connecting global investors with the dynamism of the Indian market. And now, it's evolving. Celebrating its silver jubilee with a renewed focus on the future, the Indian Merchants Chamber, Mumbai, played host to a powerful gathering of minds, all focused on one ambitious goal: Path to Viksit Bharat 2047, pioneering prosperity for all. Powered by Reliance Industries Limited, this wasn't just another conference. It was a platform for investors, policymakers, and industry leaders to forge partnerships and unlock India's immense potential. Supported by the Ministry of External Affairs and Invest India, the IMC Bharat Calling Conference set the stage for groundbreaking collaborations.
A very good morning and a warm welcome to the Silver Jubilee session of the Bharat Calling Conference. At the outset, I would like to start by extending my deepest gratitude to our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, who with his visionary leadership is transforming India into a global economic powerhouse. His unwavering commitment and support to Atmanirbhar Bharat, Digital India, Make in India has positioned us as one of the most dynamic and sought-after investment destinations in this world. As one such Indian, I would like to share with you today what I visualize in the Bharat of 2047. I see a Bharat where talent will be harvested in technology, in education, and in quality of life of the people. I see Bharat evolving into a technical giant. We already have the institutions in India to do this. Our IITs, our IIMs, our chemical prowess, our IISRs, our ISROs, our CSIR, and many more. I see the new generations now shaping India's vision and economy. I see Bharat dominating 8 or 10 major sectors of global industry and feed the world with its capability by 2047 in these sectors. These can be pharma, agriculture, space tech, defense, biotech, AI, and many more.
There are huge opportunities unfurling in a country of 1.4 billion aspirational young Indians. The next 2 decades leading up to 2047, when we celebrate 100 years of independence and when we are collectively committed to seeing a developed India, a prosperous India. I suspect that India today is at the cusp of a quality revolution, which if we all accept and we all ensure that we will fight for that quality, we will ourselves adopt only good quality, and we will make sure our ecosystem is trained to work towards good quality.
It is a privilege to stand before you at this milestone edition of Bharat Calling Conference, a platform that has consistently brought together visionaries, policymakers, and business leaders to shape the dialogue on India's global economic progress.
The entire supply chain and the manufacturing opportunity that energy transition presents and how government policy and private sector work together to make that happen will be very important and a significant source of business investment and efficiency going forward. So I think that transition and how that happens is very important. How India becomes the global delivery hub and a center of excellence for AI is going to continue to determine the success of our industry, and how are we able to skill in the millions to ensure that that happens on a very competitive basis.
I'd like to recognise India's remarkable growth as the world's 5th largest and fastest growing economies. Thanks to the many in this room, the partnership between Queensland and India continues to expand into emerging sectors.
Truly creating history on the stage at Bharat Calling.
Today we have embarked on yet another chapter in IMC's 25th year-long journey of facilitating trade, investment and economic partnerships between India and the world.
The Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi likes to say that if what we do is enough for our 1.4 billion people, we are surely enough for the world.
Differential progress on digital technologies, particularly the AI, EV, space, drones, or green hydrogen have clear geopolitical implications. I'm sure today's deliberations will contribute to India's journey to Vikasit Bharat.
India is inviting all of us to invest. India is inviting all of us to collaborate. And India, as the largest democracy in the world, is also a beacon of hope, where everybody can come and continue the spirit of globalization.
Countries like India, who are open to barrier-free trade pacts, is the most welcome that we've ever had.
India has never been very successful in labor-intensive manufacturing, but it has been very successful in knowledge-intensive manufacturing, like the chemical industry, the pharmaceutical industry, etc. And this will be India's strength.
And I think it's a good sign that our President of the European Commission, Frau von der Leyen, is coming to India these days, because this is the second remark from a European perspective. And so I think we have a big hope that we could get closer to India to make a big and strong group of good, old, successful democracies.
But we would like to see the small and medium-sized companies also come to invest in India, and vice versa. Also, Indian companies come to invest in the UAE.
India is very good at manufacturing and also very competitive manufacturing. So Turkish people are investing here in India.
Artificial intelligence is like a buzzword today. In every business conversation that I see or I participate in, I keep hearing that word.
AI is a very, I would say, God-given gift or a profound gift given to India. It's such a transformative, powerful tool that we are very clear that in India, we would work as an industry towards making the country AI-enabled.
Working in the basic mindset of Indians, or the user, how do I defraud the system, and building an AI model which checks and does the balances on those AI models and give you a solution was a success story here.
There is a role for various providers, various players. Basically, we'll have a set of players who will be providing the core AI infrastructure itself. Then we have the next set of guys who are going to provide the actual software itself. Then the third piece of it will be the service providers.
We today probably have close to 7 million jobs currently on the AI. It is expected to grow to 1.25 million. And that talent pool is India's strength.
Pharma for the World, what is India's legacy, what is India's history? There's this very interesting book by Patrick Olivelle. He's written about Ashoka, King Ashoka. So one of the ways in which the connect was strengthened was sending Indian herbs and herb practitioners to the rest of the world, including Greece. So it's really a long legacy. I mean, that's probably the earliest documented India being the pharma of the world example.
India is, people call it the pharmacy of the world. As the industry grew, they realized that
the hunger of entrepreneurs to go to the other markets. So today we're the largest supplier of generics to the US, pretty much most of the world as well.
I think what most of us are aware of is the manufacturing piece, right? Where we're exporting generic products to the rest of the world. A little bit, kind of maybe took a slow start, but I can see it happening is clinical development. We all want to be doing what we call R&D, right? But the whole concept of R&D needs to be decoded. I mean, we have 1,500 people set up in Chennai in the IIT Madras Research Park outside who are doing what we call R&D.
The Indian pharmaceutical market is valued at about $60 billion, a shade below $60 billion, out of which half of it is attributed to exports, which is what we sell, what India manufactures and sells to the world.
What we're seeing in India is slowly these innovation sort of organically growing up, but you really need to create an innovative ecosystem.
जो दुश्मन दिखाई नहीं देता उसे डील करने के लिए भी सॉल्यूशंस ऐसे लाने पड़ते हैं जो पहले कभी नहीं देखे हो। जर्म्स के खिलाफ हमारी लड़ाई में ये जॉयस्टिक्स नहीं, ये है डिस्ट्रॉय स्टिक्स। गेट फ्लिकिंग, गेट टैपिंग, गेट ऑन अ मिशन अबाउट डिस्ट्रॉइंग जर्म्स व्हाइल बिल्डिंग गुड हाइजीन हैबिट्स। Triangulate your enemy germs position, circle them and don't let them escape. Cross them off our planet and build hygiene habits fair and square. Download Dettol Hygia for a healthier planet and a healthier us.
Hello, Moto.
He sold most of his stock, 80%, as on that date.
We have requested the management to come and speak to us. They asked us, what questions will you ask? We've sent it to them. They don't want to answer it, so then let's put it to our viewers as well.
7 key questions, right? How is it that 2,000 crore goes unnoticed by all of these auditors?
Is seeking more information on the trades and the all the transaction which has happened from the exchanges, both NSE and BSE.
The Reserve Bank of India's supervisory officers, they are seeking compliance reports on their foreign currency borrowings by these banks.
The DSS is actively engaging with the Reserve Bank of India to sort of ensure the thorough examination of the matter. And
IndusInd Bank, as part of its internal review, had found that certain aspects of its derivatives portfolio was not meeting the standard that was set by the Reserve Bank of India.
Do you really know the company you invest in? What is the real picture behind presentations and claims? Is the outlook as rosy as the company claims? Know Your Company, powered by NDTV Profit Research, shines a light on the biggest stock market movers.
We are now ready to begin our session on infrastructure and energy for the future.
From an overall perspective, India actually continues to be a very attractive space. There's been a very, very strong policy support, and right from the top, especially the current government, has really pushed the agenda very, very aggressively, first by introducing the feed-in tariffs, and then thereafter, obviously, the market forces taking over, which has now made renewables as one of the cheapest sources of power in India.
India has also, a lot of very, very good engineers, very professionals, very hard workers. So it's something that we can do, that we can use, is that's this human efforts in order to contribute to whatever is going to be the development of the next technology and increasing that for the future.
India has been very innovative in one way. We all know renewable is infirm. How do we depend something, a demand, which is firm, on something, a supply source, which is infirm? So right from the beginning, if you have just a plain solar contract or a plain wind contract, it is just, you have to take electricity as it is available. But what we need is energy solution.
Toward end, I'll say that India is the thing, and that this is the place where the things are happening, and world is looking towards us.
Today in year 2025, we are about 1.4 billion people in this country. By 2050, we'll be 1.6 billion people. So therefore, I'm very happy that IMC has chosen to give some space to agriculture in the deliberations here today.
The food that is grown here in India, unlike other developed countries, is grown by smallholder farmers. These smallholder farmers are operating at an average of about 1.5 to 2.2 acres in land holding. That's a very, very, very small scale to operate at.
The Netherlands is a tiny country in Europe, and one of the sectors that we're proud of in the Netherlands is the greenhouse industry, where we're producing tomatoes, cucumbers, lettuce, all in high-tech greenhouses.
One of the fundamental things which are required, especially, is finance to begin with. And the finance actually becomes a crucial input during the harvesting season, because suddenly at that particular point in time, there is no money at all in the rural market.
Over the last many years, it was government who led agriculture and agricultural markets. And therefore, a lot of weather forecasts, the decadal as well as short term, lot of agronomy in terms of science are done under the public bodies and public research system.
India is about 1.5 billion people, and half of India is reliant on agriculture for their livelihood. So that's about 700 million people connected to the farm sector.
India has emerged as a key manufacturing hub for the tech giant, with nearly 14% of all the iPhones now made here. This shift that we're talking about didn't happen overnight. It's a result of, targeted policy reforms, infrastructure investments, and skilled workforce that has made India as a preferred global manufacturing destination.
In India, that equivalent number is around 40 million entities with a DUNS number. And in India, approximately, which is really good, you have more than 200,000 new companies which form every year. 16, 17,000 new companies form every month, register with the MCA. So it's a very large number of companies which form.
As a company, we decided to be a part of this manufacturing roadmap for India. The competition, the manufacturing competition globally, the Indians is growing a lot. We came here, not only the Indian local market, also make India for our export.
I think the important thing for us now in India is to make sure that we can meet the quality levels that the Eastern European, Western European countries have been manufacturing for some time. And we're able to give comfort to our clients in these countries by saying that, okay, Indian-made product is not going to be any different from European-made, right?
What you see on the ground, the production, annual production has increased by more than 12.5 lakh crores. And that's a huge number with what is going on the ground. So what is happening really is there is a significant growth as in terms of the numbers, so to speak. The companies are investing significantly, and I think we're seeing significant growth. I think in the last 5 years particularly, we're seeing some of these contract manufacturers grow from 3 to even 10 times of their sizes.
India is our partner. China is our partner. Turkey is our partner. We work with every country to build partnership, and we build it through industries that can succeed.
Growth is like oxygen. It excites all the stakeholders. When I say stakeholders, it means shareholders or promoters, employees, associates, customers, and society. But the biggest challenge the entrepreneurs face is how do I start with that growth mindset? How do I take it all the way to the bottom? Finally, let me end by saying that governance is very, very important, because if you take some shortcuts and if you get caught, it will put you back by many, many years.
So we have a great panel here actually of all the new age entrepreneurs that have been referenced throughout the day. All young first generation entrepreneurs, as you can see, who've not inherited business but started from scratch, scaled up significantly. Growth seems to be in their DNA. So it's a great platform, and I'm sure we'll have wonderful conversations. Sanurag, what do you reckon are what some of your lessons from the past, and what will give you right to win this time around?
So one clear trend which we are observing is what we internally call as conscious consumers. What I mean by conscious consumers is consumers are asking about good for me, good for society, and good for planet.
Essentially, at Salam Kisan, we help farmers make data-driven and informed decisions with the use of AI and drones. So what this means is there is an AI crop calendar that helps them with planning their crop cycle, which is of course free to use because farmers don't see the value proposition in paying for AI right now. But there are services that we provide, such as Drone as a Service, which is the central focus of our business. And again, solving for affordability and accessibility, it had to be in a rental model because farmers don't have the purchasing power for drones.
Hair loss is a medical condition, and the product world has sort of looked at it as a cosmetic problem. It's not very different from diabetes if you really understand the science. And that's what we did here at Traya.
When you see a problem at large, I think you have the responsibility both and the power to solve it, right? And so I think I built out this business very, very organically. We will consider this a job well done. So I think our ethos revolves around the fact that if we can offer flexibility, opportunity, and equality in the workplace, then we'll be a great place to work.
One of the thoughts that crossed our heads was, what is it that is, how do we do something which has not been done before? We thought there was an opportunity here to try and bring all the significant chambers of commerce together on one stage and try to form a Team India which is going to support the mission that we have here, which is Viksit Bharat.
It's high time that the industry comes up with the animal spirits and starts investing, having faith in India's future. We've been talking a lot about some sectors of the economy is going down. Our growth rate probably down to 6.5%, but let's all appreciate we are still the world's largest, fastest growing economy.
Our economic survey this time actually did some plain talking. What do we need to achieve until 2047 to become Viksit Bharat? And he said 20 years, 8% growth. So we have the model in front of us. All that we need to do is to just pull it out, use AI, and adopt this for our needs, right? So, and that's what the economic survey is saying. The 6%, 6.5%, 7% growth is not going to be helpful. We need 8% growth, and we need to pull out one of those models.
You know, the real challenge is that on one hand, we want to be sustainable and we want growth, but do we actually carry those same things to even something as how we behave? So when we look at all these challenges, what government should do, what industry to do, I think it first starts with how proud are we of our own culture, how proud of we are our own selves, and where are we taking that forward while keeping our aspirations in mind.
25 years in the running for one event, starting from 1999, is a cause of celebration. This wouldn't have been possible without each one of your support. So can we have a round of applause for all of us for making this a grand, grand success?